Welcome back to Living 808. A new book is out that takes a unique approach to estate planning, using humor and vivid examples to engage its audience. It's called Estate Planning for Geniuses, and trust attorney as well as the author, Scott Makuakane, joins us with all the details. Aloha.
Aloha. Good morning.
I'm so happy to have you because this is exciting. It is a new book that's out. So can you give us, before we talk about the book itself, can you give us a brief overview about what you do and what inspired you to become an attorney in the first place?
Sure. Well, I grew up on the Big Island, graduated from Ka'u High School way back in 1975, went to the mainland for college, came back for law school, and got really inspired to do estate planning by one of my professors who was just engaging, funny, gave a lot of great examples, and so probably some of him works its way through the book as well.
Oh, wonderful. And then, speaking of, so then you wrote this book. What motivated you to write this book?
Well, I wanted to sort of present estate planning to the general audience in a way that people would not be afraid of pursuing estate planning, because frankly, estate planning can be kind of spooky. We're talking about death and disability and things like that. But the whole idea of the book, it begins with a quote attributed to Albert Einstein that says, "An intellectual solves problems, a genius avoids them." And so really, estate planning for geniuses is the mindset of understanding the problems that are likely to come your way and being able to sidestep them and avoid them rather than having to solve them.
Love that. And I love that it's not only just the quote that you start out the book with. We all just saw the cover. I love that little Einstein nod. You look pretty good. You're a good Einstein. I love it. Okay, so look at that. So classic. Now, okay, we talk about humor in it, which I feel like you already get a little bit of that in the cover. So how do you believe humor and engaging audiences can really help the general public better understand? Because there's some serious, complex topics that you're talking about.
Sure, yeah. So part of it is just making people feel comfortable dealing with estate planning, but also just to kind of give mental hooks, little things that people can remember and say, oh yeah, the book talked about that. And so when they talk with their trusted advisors, they can be able to bring up those topics and deal with those issues.
Right. And that's something that's so important, I feel like, to get right early, right? Because you only have really one shot at it, and just to make your family and friends' lives so much easier. And there's also so many great tips and tricks. I mean, when it comes to saving money big time, getting tax relief here and there. So it's so important. So can you share an example, maybe an anecdote that's in the book that you think kind of effectively connects the readers with the subject?
I'm not sure this is exactly an anecdote, but I don't really like to ask for directions, just by nature. I don't like to read instructions, I just like to do. And that can be a real mistake. And I've made that mistake enough times that now I'm a lot more careful about asking for directions. And so that's kind of what the book is. The book provides directions ahead of time so that you know what's coming and you know how to deal with it.
And let's talk about that, because I think, when people think about what they have to deal with, there's some common misconceptions, I think, that people have about estate planning. Can you talk about some of those that you address in the book?
Sure. One of them is a lot of people believe if I've got a will, I'm going to avoid probate, right? And the answer is no. If you have a will, you're setting yourself up for probate. And probate isn't a horrible thing. People have a sense that it can be a real disaster, and it can.
It can be, yeah.
It truly can. But it's one of those things that we like to try and avoid. And so good estate planning is probably going to keep you out of court. And that's one of the things we'd like to do.
Definitely. Okay, so if people, they want to learn more, they want to get great tips, they are thinking about planning their estate, how do we get the book? Where do we find you?
Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Google Estate Planning, spelled the weird way that we do, EST, the numeral 8, planning. And yeah, estateplanning.com is our website.
Perfect. And we'll have a link to your website on our website so people can connect, go over to you, and get a hold of this book. I really love that you're adding some humor into it. That's totally my thing. I love learning in fun ways. So thanks so much for doing this, and thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you.